Everyone's talking about ChatGPT, but they're realistically using it as a glorified Google with a little bit of sass. Today, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do in ChatGPT that I promise you're underutilizing or you're not using enough. Hi, my name is Vic, and today I want to take you through a easy guide on how you can use your ChatGPT and how you can level up. I need to put a little bit of a label and a warning. This is for a paid model of ChatGPT. I have introduced previously videos where you can find the best 5 free AI tools out there and things that you can do with free AI, but this one is specifically for the paid version of ChatGPT. These aren't just fancy tricks or tools that basically do nothing. They actually help you change how you work, how you do your day-to-day, even make you money. And no, you don't need to be a coder. Again, I love the no-code notion and I love everything that we're doing. You just need to be curious. Smash the like button, sub if you're new, and let's jump right into it. Oh, and by the way, by the end of this video, I'm gonna drop a little bit of a surprise down in the description. It's gonna basically be a couple of the prompts that I'm gonna use for this video and a couple of the things that I want to show you so that you can easily understand how I use ChatGPT, how you can replicate it, and how you can absolutely excel at what you do. So let's get started with one that basically turns ChatGPT into a full-on powerhouse AI employee. That's right, I'm talking about a custom GPT. Now, a lot of you have probably used custom GPTs before, and to be very honest with you, if this is not for you, I get you. Skip to the second one. But the power of custom GPTs is very often underutilized. A lot of people think, hey, I'm just gonna create this custom GPT and it's gonna do XYZ task for me. But what they fail to realize is how powerful a custom GPT can be for so many various reasons. Number one, if you're looking to even sell a custom GPT, you can do so both on the marketplace that already exists on ChatGPT, or you can advertise your services on platforms such as Fiverr, Upwork, etc. Why can you sell custom GPTs and how can you do it? Well, for an example, if someone wants a custom GPT that revolves around, hey, how can I have a research assistant? Or hey, what are the things that I can do with my GPT, right? These are the ways that you can monetize it. Basically, what you can do is you can create a custom GPT that acts like a branding coach, a lawyer, a flirty wingman, whatever it is that you're after, right? And I'm not judging, but basically you can even do like a chef with allergies built in, and you can instruct it on the type of cuisine you would like to eat. You just need to go into your custom GPT, and I'm going to show you here how you can do it. What you need to do is set up a couple of parameters and things and input a couple of data nodes. I want you to know that this is how you can set up your custom GPT, and I also want you to understand that you can go even beyond this. You can insert very big chunks of AI knowledge into it, and that is basically going to help it understand the context of what you're talking about. You can teach it to be your email assistant. You can do anything. The way you create a custom GPT is once you're on the GPT main screen, as you can see here, the default one, there are 2 ways. You can either click it from the sidebar or you can go here in your My GPT section. So once you click on the My GPT, it's going to give you this, create a GPT, customize a version of GPT that you want to, for specific purpose. So when you click on this, you're going to have a lot of options here. There are 2 ways that you can create the custom GPT. One of them is through this configure section, or the other one is through the create section. Now, the create section is pretty cool, but I'm gonna say it's not the best or the most efficient one. The reason being is you can kind of give it ideas here and prompts as to what you want it to create. So for example, if I were to type, I want you to be a research assistant. This is what it's going to do. It's going to update the configuration part of the GPT, but as a matter of fact, it's not actually the best way to build it. And I'm going to show you the prompt that it's going to come up with. I personally am not happy with it. So this is why, I want to iterate on it. So I'm going to just let it finish. As you can see, this is empty and boom, now it's filled. It basically, pre-filled it according to this. As you can see, it added a couple of, lines of text here, and it kind of told it what you need to do as conversation starters, etc., etc. Now, me personally, as I said, I don't really like this way of creating a GPT. What I want is an actual GPT that I feed a custom prompt into it. The reason for this is I want my prompts to be super specific and very actionable, and I want them to be very according to what I wanted to achieve. So let me just go fetch a custom prompt that I'm going to plug in here so that you can see. Here I'm going to add now a custom GPT breakdown that I have used as instructions before. And this is, for example, for myself when I analyze team sales calls, etc. And basically I want to review my account managers. So as you can see, basically the job, I pretty clearly outlined the job. Never use M dashes. I absolutely hate them. and as you can see, like I've given it a lot of information. Model your feedback exactly according to the style, clear commas, long winding sentences, do not use M dashes. And yeah, so as you can see, I basically created now this section in the description. It doesn't really matter what you're going to say. You can name your GPT whatever you want. I don't really use conversation starters because I don't need them. And basically what I want to do here is upload a file of knowledge database. So think of it this way. For example, if you're creating something that is very similar to podcast research assistant, or basically something that is a like reply bot, here I would actually just feed it with the knowledge that I have of how I have previously reviewed calls for my team, etc., etc. Once you do this, you're going to be able to just click the create button, as you can see here, and it's going to create a GPT for you. And just one more example, here is a custom GPT that I built for myself when it comes to LinkedIn posting. As you can see, I gave a lot of information on it. So now if I want to use this, all I need to do is just click on my LinkedIn assistant and I just say create a post on the latest SEO news. Please do research and add information on the EAT. So as you can see now, it's going to do its own thing. It's going to go kind of like into this deep dive mode where it's going to try to understand exactly how it can help me. And once it finishes, it's going to pump out content that I can directly use for my LinkedIn. As you can see, here's a comprehensive overview of the latest particular focus on Google EAT, right? So it's just taking a look at everything that happened. It's trying to understand it. And there you go. So now that it did the research, I sent it a prompt that I just challenged it and I said, is this a LinkedIn post? Of course, it said not yet. And there you go. These are super viral posts that it can create for you. And this is exactly how you can use a custom GPT. Once you go through this process that I just showed you of how you can build out your custom GPT, you can have a fully customized chatbot and basically you can talk about it. You can even share it with people and clients and friends, etc. And you can absolutely make a bank. It's like similar to building an app, but with zero code and way more flex. The second thing that I want to talk about when it comes to GPT and the way you're underutilizing it is basically something that is kind of new, but it's the project segment. Projects let you work on long-term stuff without having to remind ChatGPT of anything. Now, I know we also have the memory segment, right? And that is something that I'm going to touch base on a little bit later. But with the project segment, you can create stuff like my business plan, content calendar with my YouTube channel. You can create stuff like weekly newsletter generator, client SEO roadmap, for example, if that is what you're working on, etc., etc. I want you to know that ChatGPT within the projects can remember your brand voice. It can remember past messages. You can do a lot of stuff within projects. Here, I'm going to show you how basically you can set up a project and what you can do inside of it. So the next thing that I want to show you is actually the ChatGPT project section. And I want you to understand that the project section is pretty cool and can do a lot of things. And you can even drag in conversations. You can just start a chat in the project. And this is how to build a project. For project, you can do like, I want this project to be my business plan. My business will be an SEO consultancy agency. As you can see, it's going to start building out my, project, SEO consultancy business plan. As you can see, it's updating the memory and, you see, we're going to use this project as that. Do you have parts that are drafted or do you want to use it? So basically for the project, it's super simple and super straightforward. It's going to remember your brand voice. It's going to remember everything that you've done. So there is not much tinkering around or things that you do need to do specifically. Now that you've seen the project segment and what it can do, I just want you to understand that it's no more, hey, ChatGPT, I want you to do XYZ. You just tell it once and it sticks. And basically you can just carry on creating prompts within it that are going to make a lot of value for you and everything that you're trying to do. And now the last one is kind of a twofold. It's basically about a ChatGPT's, one of the latest releases that it did, and it's regarding the generate image prompt. Now they have gone through a lot of iterations with DALL-E, DALL-E 3, etc. But the latest version of the create image that they set out in the wild is actually pretty insane. You can create images from any different styles. For example, I'm going to showcase you styles of create this image in Ghibli style, create this image in Zorro style, create this image in cartoony style, create this image in, you get the gist, right? Hyperrealism, etc., etc. It can basically do so many things and it's super duper incredibly powerful. It does take a minute to two and you are limited even with the paid version to a certain amount of generates per day, but it's pretty powerful and I fully recommend you use it. I sometimes use it for my thumbnails. I've used it for banners, for profile pictures, for everything of the sort. I very much recommend it to you. Here I'm going to jump into showing you a couple of prompts and how they work, and basically what are the type of images that I get and how you can use this in your future endeavors with ChatGPT. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is how to use the create image prompt within ChatGPT. So basically there are two ways that you can do this. One of them is you can simply ask it to create a image. So you basically just type out create this image in a style similar to Dragon Ball Z, and then you just easily upload an image in here. Basically upload it from your computer. Let's say just take a random image like this one and just click generate, and you're going to give it a few minutes, and there you go. That is a super cool image. Now we can do where we say I want you to create that image in a vintage style and add a little teacup. So now it's going to take the same image and it's going to do it in a different style, and we're going to see how it pans out as well. And there you go. Tell me this isn't cool, or this isn't super useful, or something that you can toy around with. There are many different styles, and I'm going to drop a few in the document below. And if you want, you can even create this as a side hustle, right? A lot of people were complaining about how this will replace or even overtake some specific, artist jobs. I kind of agree with it, but it is what it is. One of the important things to remember with the generate image prompt is that you need to give it specific style if you wanted to do in a style. So for example, I want this in Dragon Ball Z, or I want it in One Piece style, or anything of the sort, right? So you just need to remember this. Okay, so those are three ways that you can use ChatGPT, and very cool features such as the custom GPT, such as the projects, as well as a create image. I really quickly wanted to touch base a feature that is called memory. If you have access to it, which I think by now everyone does, you just need to set it up. With memory, ChatGPT starts to remember your name, your tone, your writing style, your preferences, and you can keep this forever. It's basically like customizing your own ChatGPT to be the way you want it to be. So when you say write me an email, it kind of remembers who you are. As you can see, it knows I'm Vic, it knows the things that I'm doing. As I said, at the end of this video, I'm going to drop a document down in the description with a couple of my favorite prompts and a couple of the things that I love doing when it comes to building out custom GPTs or whatever else I'm trying to do. Feel free to use them, feel free to replicate them, and feel free to go out there and try to advertise your work and to try and get monetized. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, you know the drill. Drop a like, drop a comment, whatever you prefer, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.